시치미를 떼다, 시치미를 떼다.
Imagine you wake up one morning to find your multi-million-dollar limited edition supercar stolen right from your driveway. And the very first thing the thief did was rip off the license plates. When you finally track down the suspect with the police, he's standing right next to your plateless car, looking you dead in the eye and saying, "Your car? Do you have proof?" This has been mine from day one. In the West, when someone lies through their teeth and pretends to know nothing, we call it playing innocent or feigning ignorance. It's a chilling psychological game where the culprit acts as pure and harmless as a newborn lamb, despite knowing the absolute truth. But about 800 years ago, in a medieval kingdom on the Korean peninsula, an identical, highly sophisticated form of property theft was running rampant. The thieves of that era also realized that to commit the perfect crime, they had to destroy the asset's license plate. This is the origin of a phrase every Korean uses today to describe someone feigning ignorance,
시치미를 떼다.
which means ripping off the ID tag. Today, we dive into the dark, fascinating chronicles of medieval crime hidden behind this single phrase and uncover the history of humanity's most shameless lies. Let's travel back in time to the 13th century Goryeo dynasty. Back then, the Korean peninsula possessed a living asset, whose value completely transcended any modern luxury item or supercar. It was the trained hunting falcon. Before humans invented guns and gunpowder, there was only one elite way to hunt animals across the vast fields, taming birds of prey. And falcons raised in Korea were world-renowned for their sheer intelligence and lethal hunting skills. In medieval Korea, falconry was not a mere means of survival. It was an ultra-luxury sport, reserved exclusively for the royal family and top-tier aristocrats, the ultimate status symbol to flaunt wealth and power, just as the ultra-rich today collect exotic sports cars and talk business over golf. Medieval elites tried to dominate each other by the rank and number of falcons they owned. A single top-tier hunting falcon was worth as much as several grand estates, or the lifetime wages of dozens of servants. It was quite literally flying gold. The training process required an astronomical amount of time and money. Catching a wild falcon, hooding its eyes, keeping it awake for days, and forcing it to eat meat out of a human hand was a brutal process. Once trained, these falcons would hunt on command and fly right back to their master's arm, making them highly classified strategic assets monitored by the state. In fact, the government even established a dedicated department called
영방.
solely to manage the breeding and training of royal falcons. Through this department, kings and nobles enjoyed the sport and used these magnificent birds as ultimate diplomatic gifts for powerful neighboring empires. The luxury of luxuries, the symbol of absolute power. Naturally, in the dark alleyways of medieval Korea, a dangerous criminal underworld began to emerge, targeting these supercars of the sky. But falcons are living creatures. You couldn't lock them up in a garage like a machine, and once a hunt began, they often flew high out of their master's sight. It was incredibly common for a falcon to lose its way during a chase and wander into another noble's territory. The moment an asset worth a fortune vanished into the sky, the owner's heart sank. If someone stumbled upon a lost falcon and claimed finders keepers, how could the real owner prove it was theirs? After all falcons looked remarkably similar, and they didn't come with serial numbers. This is where a brilliant piece of medieval Korean engineering came into play. They decided to attach an unalterable, non-transferable certificate of ownership directly onto the bird. Owners began crafting a small rectangular tag carved out of bone or horn. On this tag, they deeply engraved the owner's name, official title, and the specific breed of the falcon. Using a striking red silk thread, they bound this ID tag securely to the innermost part of the bird's tail feathers, where the falcon couldn't peck it off. Whenever the falcon soared through the sky, this tag would slice through the wind, creating a subtle, distinct sound that warned anyone who caught it. This legal identification tag was called the Sichimi. The Sichimi was more than just a name tag. It was a state-backed registration of property, a powerful license plate warning others of severe legal consequences if touched. During noble hunting gatherings, the very first thing people did when a falcon landed was flip up its tail feathers to check the Sichimi. Seeing the name, they would acknowledge, this bird belongs to Lord Kim. As long as the Sichimi remained attached, that falcon was under the absolute protection of property law. But greed always finds a way to bypass the law. A group of criminals realized they could reverse engineer the system to commit the perfect crime. These were the medieval falcon thieves. When a lost falcon landed near a village or got stranded in the woods, The thief's mind began to race. Returning this bird to its rightful owner would net a small reward, but keeping it or selling it to black market dealers meant a lifetime of fortune. But the biggest obstacle was the crimson silk thread and the bone tag, glowing under the tail feathers, the Sichimi. If caught possessing a bird with someone else's Sichimi, the thief faced brutal punishment, including amputated wrists or hard labor. So, the thief reached into his pocket and pulled out a pair of sharp shears. Without a second thought, the thief snipped the red silk thread and ripped the bone tag right off the tail feathers. He literally ripped off the Sichimi, feigning ignorance by removing the proof. In that single instant, Lord Kim's priceless falcon was wiped of its identity, turning into just another wild bird. The only metadata proving ownership was completely destroyed. The thief then burned or buried the original Sichimi to erase all evidence. He would then attach a new Sichimi with his own name on it, or claim he had just caught a wild bird from the mountains. This was the criminal reality of stripping away the proof to play innocent. It was a ruthless technique of cutting away the true owner's trace and swallowing someone else's fortune through absolute deceit. But the rightful owners weren't fools when a falcon went missing. They searched the surrounding villages thoroughly, remembering every scar, the exact size, and the distinct hunting habits of their bird. Owners would eventually track it down to a thief's courtyard. "You thief? This falcon is undeniably mine. Hand it over immediately." The master would roar, yet the thief wouldn't even blink. Instead, with a look of pure grievance, he would boldly lift the bird's tail feathers and shout to the gathering crowd, "Look at this. My name is clearly carved on this tag. And even if it weren't, there is no proof this belongs to anyone else. I caught this bird myself in the wild. How dare you try to rob a man of his own falcon?" The real owner was driven mad. The gut feeling was 100% certain, but because the physical evidence was gone, it was near impossible to prove ownership in court. The thief knew the absolute truth, yet he put on a masterclass of acting, appearing as the most innocent, harmless soul in front of the crowd. This was the ultimate historical embodiment of what modern Americans call playing innocent or feigning ignorance. The citizens of medieval Korea watched these shameless thieves click their tongues and muttered, "Look at that snake, he stole the bird. And now he's ripping off the Sichimi to feign ignorance." Centuries have passed, and both falconry and the physical tag have vanished into the pages of history, but the concept survived. Today, Koreans use the phrase Sichimi-reul, tteda, whenever someone shamelessly denies their wrongdoing, feigns ignorance, or plays innocent about something they clearly did. The language we use every day is a time machine. If you dig deep enough into a single phrase, you find the sweat, tears, greed, and crimes of those who lived centuries ago, frozen in time. While Westerners might simply say, "Stop playing innocent," Koreans evoke a suspenseful tale of medieval sky supercars and the thieves who snipped away their identities. So the next time someone around you widens their eyes, pretends to be clueless, and tries to lie their way out of the truth, just look at them. And remember the phrase Sichimi-reul tteda, because right behind their innocent smile, you might just see the shadow of a medieval thief, desperately cutting away the red thread of truth.